Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Juan the Yarn Addict, and today I have a Hobbii unboxing to share with you. I'm super excited about this because it's my very first ever Hobbii order. So if this is of interest to you, please sit back and enjoy the video. Before we get started, please remember to hit the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. It's absolutely free to click that subscribe button, and then of course share the video. I would definitely appreciate the support. So as I mentioned, this is my very first Hobbii order. I'm super excited about that, but what's more is how fast I got my order. I have my order in my hands within the week. And that's with standard shipping. I did not pay any extra for express shipping. Standard shipping, within the week, I have my order. Very excited about that. So this particular order, I have two bags. I have a larger bag and I have a smaller bag, which I believe are a pair of cakes. We're gonna find out in just a second. I'm gonna jump into this larger bag first. So without further ado, let's just jump right into this. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so the first thing that I'm noticing is this bunch of yummy yarns here. So this is called Fantasy Jumbo. It's 100% acrylic. Look at those colors. Wow. Color number 2. Fantasy Jumbo. It's 100% acrylic, 200 grams, 240 meters. They suggest an 8mm US letter L crochet hook. It's machine washable, lay flat to dry, and it's classified as a super bulky number 6. Designed in Denmark, made in Turkey. This feels just like the thickness of Puzzle. So even though it says a 6, it feels like a 5. But I love, love, love these colors. Absolutely gorgeous. Fantasy Jumbo. So I have a second one in here. Is this the same one? I believe it is. So we have 2. What else? What else? Oh. We have a third and we have a fourth. So 4 skeins of this Fantasy Jumbo. So 262 yards. So I have just over 1,000 yards of this yarn. And I believe this particular colorway is being discontinued, which is why it was on the sale that it was on. I believe I paid $6 per skein for this, which compared to the original price, I thought it was a great deal. So there's that. Next, I have some new to me yarn. Actually, that's new to me as well. All of this is new to me pretty much. But we have some Halloween tea time yarn. I have 2 cakes of this. Let me scooch up and show you. So one for you and one for me. So this is called Halloween Tea Time. And let me flip this around. Okay, perfect. So this is 100% acrylic. It's a 200 gram cake with 580 meters, 634 yards. They suggest a 5.5 US letter I crochet hook. If you're knitting, it's a 4.5 US number 7. This is machine washable and lay flat to dry. Made in Turkey. Beautiful, beautiful shades of green there. Absolutely gorgeous. The next thing in this bag is this, another bag. Let me make sure there's nothing else in here. Okay, perfect. So before we get into this bag, I'm going to open this smaller bag, which I believe are a pair of cakes. And I am correct. Let's jump into this. So we have Halloween Tea Time. And same specs, same everything. I've been looking for a name. I don't see a name on here. It's color number 3. Very, very nice. There was a sale on those and I had to jump on them. So here are the 2 colors that I chose. And I have no idea what I'm making with these, but I definitely would like to make something for Halloween with these yarns. They may turn out to be donation blankets, I'm not sure. But also in the bag, I have a piece of candy. a piece of candy. Love that. I'll set that to the side for after. And now we're going to jump into this. This is a mystery bag. I can't remember which one. There were a few of them on the website. I clicked whichever one was not out of stock. I believe there were a few of them that just read out of stock, and I found one that wasn't, and I clicked on it, and I'm like, yes, I got one. So let's jump into this and see what this is all about. Okay. So we have big wool. This is 100% pure wool. I love the color. It took me a second to actually look through this. Or look at it rather. Love the colorway. Let's see here. Let me just pop this off very quickly. I'll show you this and read you all the specs. So this particular one is called Happy Sheep, and this is color number 15, made in Turkey. And this is a super bulky number 6, 100% wool. It's 3.5 ounces at 100 grams. We have 80 meters or 87 yards. The suggested needle size is an 8 millimeter US number 11 or a 10 millimeter US letter P crochet hook. This is hand wash, lay flat to dry. It's soft, but there's a little bite to it. So I'm a little surprised about the bite, but nonetheless, I mean, it is 100% wool. It's bound to do the things, so very nice. There is a second one in here. So we have a pair, we have twins. Very, very nice. And let me see here. Next we have Tweed Delight. So I'm going to do a one for you and a one for me. We have that wonderful ball of yarn there. So this here is 85% wool, 10% acrylic, and 5% viscose. It's a 50-gram ball, 1.75 ounces at 100 meters, 109 yards. This is a medium 4-weight yarn. This is hand wash and lay flat to dry. They are suggesting a 5 millimeter US letter 8 knitting needle or a 6 millimeter US letter J crochet hook. And the color number is 28. This is very soft. And it's roving yarn. So as you can see here, it's roving style yarn. I believe all of the wool is. Let me take a quick look. We have 2 more balls of the Happy Sheep in what appears to be a royal blue. And what's more is I have another piece of candy. So a US letter P suggestion for this yarn here. Again, it's roving. And I haven't really worked with roving yarn much. I have a few times, but not much. It's very, very thick. And to be perfectly honest with you, you can hook down. You don't necessarily have to go as big as they're suggesting with this yarn. It's loosely wound, so you can very easily go down a hook size or two. I would go so far as to say an 8 millimeter hook would work up beautifully with this yarn. I'm just going to pop this label off very quickly and take a quick look at this. And let me see here. I mean, a 10 millimeter US letter P, that's pretty big considering this. With this thickness, it's very easy to use an 8. Yeah, 100% I would use an 8 millimeter crochet hook. And you get great stitch definition and everything with this yarn. It's not splitty, it doesn't come apart, which is really, really nice. And to my surprise, I would imagine using the actual suggested hook size for this yarn would make it very loose and drapey, unless, of course, it's meant to bloom after you soak it and lay flat to dry. I'm not exactly sure, but the only thing I can think of is there must be a reason why they're suggesting such a big crochet hook in relation to the needle size. Because normally when you look at the needle size, if the needle says 8 millimeter, the crochet hook would normally say the same thing. But this is with an 8 millimeter crochet hook. So based on my observation, I think following the suggested size for knitting needles to crochet hook works absolutely perfect. Great stitch definition and everything. So although it says a 10, I would say an 8. And that's the size I would use. And what would I make with this? A chunky cow. And I would use both of these colors together to make a chunky cow. It's more than enough, all things considered. And then this hook, or I'm sorry, this yarn here, they're suggesting a 6 millimeter US letter J. Okay, let's think about this. The needle suggestion is a 5, and that is par for the course. Look at how thin that yarn is. So this is just about as thick as Red Heart Super Saver. So yes, I could use a 6, but it would be loose. It's roving. So when I go to apply pressure to it, it has a tendency to flatten out and become even smaller. There's a bit of a stretch to this kind of yarn. So I wouldn't be so quick to hook up to a 6 with this, just because there's really no meat on the bones. There's not much substance there. It's all fluff, if you will. So yeah, I don't agree with the suggestions for the hooks. For this one right here, they are suggesting a 5.5, and that is on par. I have yarn, well, Vortex. This reminds me of Vortex yarn, and the Vortex yarn suggests a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook, big twist, Vortex. I used a 6.5 with that yarn, works up beautifully. However, with a 6, it works up even better, and they're suggesting a 5.5. So there's some play there, but I would agree a 5.5 is absolutely perfect for this yarn. It feels amazing. It's very soft, and there's a bit of a fuzz to it. A little bit, not much. I'm not mad at it. I mean, it's a new color, so that's kind of distracting me from the overall fluff of it all. But I really, really love this color and how it just pops. That contrast between the dark and the light, super, super nice. And then over here, I have this Fantasy Jumbo. Now, as I mentioned, 8 millimeter US letter L, I would go with a 6 because that's the size that I use for Premier Puzzle, and it's literally the same exact size. Same size, and it's 100% acrylic, so there's nothing that's going to bloom here or anything like that. So anyway, I placed the order and got it within 7 days. I'm very excited about that, and to be perfectly honest with you, I do plan on ordering again from Hobbii. I'm going to watch their website. I'm going to look for the deals and the steals and all the things. And when that comes along, I will place my order and bring it here to the channel to share with you guys. So that is all I have for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, do all the things. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, absolutely free. And then of course, share the video. I would definitely appreciate the support. So that is all from me for now. And until the next one, take care. Bye.